still taking notes, here's a lesson we need to remember this morning. Proximity matters. When it comes to providential relationships, proximity matters. Don't ever let anyone convince you that it doesn't really matter who you hang out with or where you allow yourself to be. See, people who have amazing, lasting, death-defying faith understand that proximity matters. And if they surround themselves with other people that have great faith, their faith will also be strengthened. But if they spend too much time around people who don't make their relationship with Christ a priority, their faith is actually going to get weaker. It's all part of why they have great faith. In fact, that's why Hebrews 10:23 says this, let us hold tightly without wavering to the hope we affirm. For God can be trusted to keep his promises. Clearly, the author is talking about having faith, saying God can be trusted. This is about our faith growing, right, and having a life of extreme faith. Let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works. And let us not neglect our meeting together as some people do, but encourage one another, especially now that the day of his return is drawing near. The author is saying here, guys, proximity. It matters. Where you are matters. We need each other. We need to encourage each other. We need to affirm each other. We need to motivate each other. And in order to do that, we have to be together. Proximity matters. We can't neglect coming together, spending time with each other. If you want a faith that will last the test of time, you need to be around other people of faith. You need to get in a life group. It's not really the Sunday that we're pushing or promoting life groups, but how does it happen? Proximity matters. You need to be in a life group. You need to be on a serve team. If you don't know anybody at church, you feel isolated, you feel like your faith is dragging and you don't know why and it's hurting, listen, this is the time to put your faith in action and get on a serve team. Get into a life group. Get into some community. Listen, here's the truth. You need to make sure you're not missing church just because you're out of the routine or you're feeling lazy or you forgot to set your alarm or, well, I'll just go next week. Listen, guys, your faith is going to get weaker, not stronger. Listen, going to church doesn't make you a Christian, but proximity matters. We need to be around each other because here's something I know to be true, and I've seen it over and over again. It's your next fill-in. People drift from the community of faith before they drift away from their faith. People drift from the community of faith before they drift from their faith. People don't usually wake up one day and decide that they don't want to follow Jesus anymore. It doesn't happen that way. It usually starts by missing church, skipping out on one session of life groups and then another one and not getting back or dropping off of a serve team. That's why people missing church tends to be a warning sign for pastors and leaders that someone is starting to drift off from the community, and it may be the first step in then drifting off from their faith. See, God knows, and Jesus knew, and the Apostle Paul knew that when it comes to having a lasting, enduring, death-defying faith, proximity matters, that you're around people of faith, and we need each other. So let me put it this way, and it's your last major fill-in if you're still taking notes. You need the church, and the church needs you.